Before we begin today's video, I just want to give a quick shout out to the people in the top 10 for this competitive season. These guys have grinded their butts off for over 2 weeks to get the Void Champion. And not only did they grind for 2 weeks, but they probably grinded during Thanksgiving. Which, I mean, depends on where you live, but I feel like Thanksgiving is more of a time to see your family. And, yeah, it's kind of crazy that these people probably grinded during Thanksgiving to make it in the top 10 just because of how competitive it is. So, yeah, these following people definitely deserve their shoutouts. So, without further ado, let us begin. A shout out to Fears of Death, which, by the way, he is in the Purple Nation. He is a Purple Nation member, so huge shout out to him. Shout out to Oh the Hobo Second. Shout out to Rescued1672. Shout out to Ageful. Shout out to Cowboy Keaton 2. Shout out to Pokey Bronzer, shout out to Pleasant Vibe, and shout out to Bark A9, which those three people I just mentioned, they are all Purple Nation members. These guys are insane. Huge shout out to those guys. They have really helped out the Purple Nation for these last couple seasons. Shout out to Zormus, and last but not least, huge shout out to the #1 person in the competitive leaderboard. Glouted? I'm gonna say Glouted. It's kind of like Clout. Clout? I don't know. Infinite Twist. This is Infinite Twist. Honestly, I like that username better, but who am I to judge? You know, he's up there, and I'm not on the leaderboard. So, anyway, yeah, huge shout out to him. And again, before we begin this video, I just want to give a huge thank you to you guys. We have recently hit 100,000 subscribers. That is absolutely insane. If you guys are wondering about the Elegant Blade giveaway, that is going to start on Tuesday. So, tune in on Tuesday for that Elegant Blade giveaway. Anyway, without further ado, let us begin this video. How is it going, Databytes? Is No Date here, and welcome back to another episode of Roblox Assassin. And this is one of the rare servers where the door is closed. You know, most servers nowadays, the door is just open by default, because obviously only one person needs to open the door, so most of the time this door is open, but it is closed this time. So maybe I can help somebody out and give them their Ancient Sickle, but seems like a handful of people already have the Ancient Sickle, so I don't know. This puzzle is completely unsolved. I think this is a new server. This is a 16-minute server. Maybe somebody can get the Ancient Sickle. Well, I'm going to worry about that later, guys, but in this video, we are going to be crafting one of the brand new mythics in the game. So the November update has been in the game for quite some time now, and I have fortunately been able to get all of the brand new knives, and now I have all the ingredients that I need to craft the brand new mythic, the Jade Maiden. So in this video, we are going to be crafting this brand new mythic. We are going to be trying it out in battle, and of course we are going to be talking about its current and future value. If you guys are excited for this episode of Assassin, then be sure to drop a like on this video. It helps out a whole lot, and comment down below Maiden. Also guys, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. In a couple days, we are going to do an Elegant Blade giveaway, and the Elegant Blade is the best exotic in the game. If you want the chance to win a free Elegant Blade, be sure to subscribe and click the bell so that you're notified about that. Anyway, we are going to be crafting the Jade Maiden in a little bit, but first I want to show off the brand new crafting ingredients, because I never really showed these off in a video yet, so I'm going to show these off and I'm going to talk about their value and whatnot. Okay, so first and foremost, we have the Steel Maiden. This is the brand new exotic that you can get in the Elite case. Now, right off the bat, this thing kind of looks like Doombringer, which I think is kind of cool. I mean, some people don't really like that. They think it's too similar to Doombringer, which I can kind of see that resemblance. I mean, it's a somewhat similar color. Obviously, this is a little bit more brighter than the Doombringer. The Doombringer is a little bit more of a dark purple, but yeah, it does have the same similar texture and structure. So yeah, I can kind of see the resemblance between Doombringer and Steel Maiden. But even so, this is a pretty cool brand new exotic. I really like the texture of this exotic because it definitely looks like steel, hence the name Steel Maiden, you know? So yeah, once again, you can get this in the Elite case for 3,000 tokens. So if you get lucky, you can unbox this. If you want to trade for it, this is 4 exotics on the value list, but this will be 1 exotic. 100% this is going to go down to 1 exotic because this is simply a tier 1. You know, a tier 1 exotic is basically something that you can unbox or craft with 6 legendaries. So, you know, this is one of those knives. You can unbox this from the Elite case. So it's 4 right now because, you know, it has pretty good demand. It's a pretty new knife. But once that hype dies down, this is definitely going to drop to 1. So really, for Steel Maiden, I wouldn't trade any more than one exotic, honestly. And if you can't get that trade, then you know what? You can wait a little while, honestly. Just wait a little while. It will go down to one. Eventually, you'll be able to trade for this for one exotic. So don't worry too much about that. This is a pretty cheap exotic. I mean, that doesn't mean the exotic is bad. That just means, you know, it's another tier 1 exotic. It's like Dark Blade, Flame Brand, Epic Blue. You know, these are all tier 1s. Steel Maiden is going to be a tier 1 just like the rest of them, so yeah, not too much to say about that. Up next, we have the Enchanted Jade. This is a brand new mythic in the Heroic case. Now, this is a nice green axe, as you can see. You know, it has a nice green texture. The handle's kind of swirly, which I like that, but again, the handle is literally going inside my arm, which is not very healthy. Knives should not go inside your arm like that. But, yeah, this is a pretty cool mythic, in all honesty. Got a nice gem in the middle. Then outside the gem, it has a dark green texture, and then it goes to a light green texture. What I really like is the top of it. It kind of looks like a spear. So this is kind of sort of a double-edged sword. Like, you could sort of stab someone with, like, the top of this. So it's like a spear, and then, you know, the side of the knife is like an axe, which I think is pretty cool. And honestly, we need more spears in Assassin. You know, we don't really see them all that often, and by not often, I mean never. We've never really had a spear in Assassin, and I think that'd be pretty cool if we got that at some point. And also a trident. We do not have a trident in Assassin yet, and I think, like, during the summer, that would be something pretty good to get. But yeah, in terms of value when it comes to the Enchanted Jade, this is a Heroic case mythic, so it is kind of somewhat difficult to get. I mean, Heroic cases are pretty hard to grind for by themselves. It just takes many hours to grind for a Heroic case, which, you know, it's cool because it's a guaranteed exotic, but getting a mythic is kind of tricky. It can take a handful of attempts just to get a mythic. So depending on your luck, it can be a pain in the butt to unbox this thing. Like, honestly, this thing can be pretty hard to unbox for. Now, on the value list, the Enchanted Jade is currently around 16 exotics in value. It will definitely go down. You know, it's not going to be like one exotic like the Steel Maiden, but it is going to go down in value. Usually, Heroic case mythics tend to end up being around 6 to 7 exotics in value. So if you can get a trade like that now, that's great, but right now, probably not. But in the future, it's probably going to be worth around 6 to 7 exotics. You know, Cosmic Eye is 6. Wrath recently went down to 7. But yeah, the Enchanted Jade is probably going to drop to around 6 or 7 exotics in value at some point. So I wouldn't trade too much for it. Again, it's like 16 exotics on the value list at the moment. But personally, I wouldn't trade all that much for it. So if you're trading that much, that's probably not a good idea. But I guess if it's obtainable stuff, then it's not too bad. If you're trading unobtainable stuff like Rainbow Seer, Frostbite, Neon Ancient Magma, that's probably a terrible idea. Try not doing that. And yeah, guys, that is the 2 brand new crafting ingredients for the Jade Maiden. The other ingredient is Chaos Axe, but I'm not really going to talk about that all that much because this knife has been around for a pretty long time, and I'm 99% sure I made a video about this knife at some point. So yeah, I'm not going to talk about this knife very much because it's already been around for so long. Anyway, yeah, guys, with that, we are going to be crafting the brand new mythic, the Jade Maiden. So without further ado, let us put down the ingredients, the Enchanted Jade. There we go. I'm going to scroll down my inventory, find the Steel Maiden. Where is it? There it is. And last but not least, the Chaos Axe. I think I skipped. There it is. All right, guys. We are going to be crafting the brand new Jade Maiden Mythic. 3, 2, 1, boom. There we go, guys. We just crafted the brand new Jade Maiden Mythic. So let's go ahead and try out this brand new Mythic in battle. Alright, so let's take it out. Here it is, guys. The brand new Jade Maiden Mythic that you can get by crafting Enchanted Jade, Steel Maiden, and Chaos Axe. Now, right off the bat, this knife is honestly pretty huge. I mean, it's not like Behemoth or Candy Blade or Flame Mace. Those are like the biggest knives in the game, even though the hitboxes really like don't change at all. But yeah, the Jade Maiden is honestly pretty large. This is one of the larger axes in the game, especially compared to something like Enchanted Jade, which is basically just the smaller version of the Jade Maiden. This knife is pretty huge by comparison. I'd say the Jade Maiden is about as big as the Corrupted Axe, which again, you know, that's pretty rare nowadays to have a knife that large. But yeah, it's not the biggest knife in the world, but honestly, I think it's pretty cool. Now, what I really like about the Jade Maiden is the texture. You can see there is some lightning here. You know, there's some green lightning, which is honestly pretty cool. Much like the Enchanted Jade, Jade, we have a gem in the middle of the knife, which I think is pretty cool. Unlike the Enchanted Jade, the spear at the top is not on the Jade Maiden, which is kind of a shame. That's kind of what I really liked about the Enchanted Jade. But honestly, I like the Jade Maiden a lot better than the Enchanted Jade. And also, something else I noticed is that the Lucky Axe is honestly really similar to the Enchanted Jade. I mean, you know, it has that same color, it has that same spear at the top, it has that same, like, green gem in the middle. But, you know, honestly, I just don't like Lucky Axe that much. I don't know what it is. It's just something about the structure of Lucky Axe. I just don't really like this knife all that much. But the Enchanted Jade and the Jade Maiden are honestly really good. Especially the Jade Maiden. This thing looks sick in my opinion. And yeah, this is a pretty cool addition to the Mythics in Assassin. Also, I just noticed that I'm not using any effects whatsoever. So, I don't know, maybe I should use like a green effect to kind of complement the Jade Maiden. What green effects do we have? Let's take a look at Zap. How does Zap look? Okay, that doesn't look it looks alright, but not the best. Toxic is alright, but honestly it's a little too bright for me. It's too bright of a green, you know what I mean? Glimmer looks pretty nice. It makes the knife kind of shiny, which I like. Green flames, ooh, I like green flame. This is probably the best effect for the Jade Maiden in my personal opinion. I just feel like this is probably the best selection. I just like the green trail that follows you with the Jade Maiden. Anyway, yeah, let's see if we can get some wins with this brand new Mythic. This guy's going after me. Can I kill you, good sir? Nope, you're wrong player. I feel like a lot of people are going after me, so I'm kind of just gonna hang out. Maybe I can find my target in the process. Is my target here? Hello? Nope, I don't think so. Oh, there's my new target because my previous target died. Can you get over here, good sir? Ooh, if I got in midair, that'd be really cool. Are you going after me? You better not be going after me. I'm gonna be so mad if you're going. Okay, he's literally just standing there. Oh, okay, I got him. I'm just gonna stab you. I'm pretty sure this guy literally sacrificed himself, which, all right, I'll take it. He literally had the power to kill me, but he didn't. All right, I have to go after my target right there. He's dead. And let's see if I can kill Mr. Hunter. There you go. Hunter is dead. So that is a pretty good match. GG. All right, let's go to Subway. Subway is a pretty good map in my opinion. So now we have to kill... okay. I killed him. I'm sorry. I had to. Are you my assassin? No, you're not. Oh, there's my target right there. What's he gonna do? He's already wearing a Santa hat, which I guess Thanksgiving already passed, which is kind of fair. Anyway, guys, let's talk about the value of the Jade Maiden. What is this knife going to be worth? Now, at the time of this recording, the Jade Maiden is currently worth 30 exotics on the value list, which is absolutely insane. That is equal to Northern Star and more valuable than Dark Commander. And Dark Commander is honestly a lot harder to craft than the Jade Maiden. So the reason that this knife is so high in value at the moment is because it is a brand new knife. Not a lot of people have it, and the demand for it is pretty high because, again, it's new. So a lot of people want to try it out. So as a result, it is 30 exotics in value, which again is absolutely insane. But this knife will definitely go down in value because, you know, eventually more and more people are going to craft this knife. And, you know, once it's not as new, not a lot of people are going to want it anymore. So this knife is definitely going to go down in value. But the question is, how much is it going to go down exactly? Now, if we take a look at the crafting recipe, you know, the crafting recipe for this is pretty simple, alright? You need the Enchanted Jade, which is a Heroic case Mythic, and then you need these 2 exotics in cases. This is case 7, this is the Elite case. So basically, to craft the Jade Maiden, you just need 1 Mythic and 2 tier 1 exotics. Now, if that sounds familiar, that is because that is Demon Heart's old crafting recipe. A very, very long time ago, Demon Heart was a lot easier to craft. It was literally just Cosmic Eye, Ruby, and Misfortune. So needless to say, Demon Heart was pretty easy to craft as a result. So it was a lot cheaper back then. Demon Heart was not very valuable for a pretty long time. Eventually, Prisman did make Demon Heart harder to craft. And because of the Dark Commander crafting recipe where you need Demon Heart, eventually Demon Heart went up in value as a result. But yeah, the recipe for Jade Maiden, in my opinion, is really similar to the original crafting recipe for Demon Heart. Now, at its lowest, the Demon Heart used to be around 9 exotics in value, which honestly I think is a pretty accurate estimation for the Jade Maiden. Especially when you add up the ingredients. Like we said, the Enchanted Jade is usually worth around 6 or 7 exotics in value. And then you just add these 2 tier 1 exotics, which again, these are definitely going to be worth 1 exotic. So if we assume that the enchanted jade is worth 7, you know, add these 2, this adds up to about 9 or 10 exotics. So I think that's what the Jade Maiden is going to be worth in the future. 9, 10, 11 exotics, somewhere around those lines. Because that is what the Demon Heart was worth for a considerable amount of time. And again, this is a pretty similar crafting recipe. So yeah, that is my estimation for the future value of the Jade Maiden. If you're trading 30 exotics for this thing, please stop. I mean, no matter which way you look at it, that is honestly not a really good trade for you. This thing is going to go down by a lot. So do not trade 30 exotics. That is absolutely crazy for a mythic like this. And that is if you want to trade for this thing. You know, you can just trade for the individual crafting ingredients and then just craft the Jade Maiden yourself. That is what I personally did. That's probably a lot easier at this point because, you know, Enchanted Jade is currently 16 and then, you know, you just need 2 tier 1s. So that's a lot cheaper than, you know, 30 exotics for the Jade Maiden. So yeah, that's just my advice if you want this knife for yourself. Do not trade 30 exotics for this thing. That is way too excessive. Anyway, yeah guys, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Roblox Assassin. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all those other things that YouTube people do, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay purple.